if you're seeking a monogamous relationship, it should be a monogamous form of dating, which means you shouldn't be dating multiple different people for those 30 days.
Or conversating with them.
Yeah, at all. Yeah. You're supposed to be dialed in, focused on whoever it is that you're dating for those 30 days. Simply because the problem that happens is that same woman who likes the carnival, but then at the same time likes the library, she's being fulfilled in multiple different areas. And then when one of them is stripped away, she's not realizing what's lacking. And it's the fact that somebody was fulfilling a different area in her life. Rather than actually saying, okay, let me actually, focus on this person, guy or girl, doesn't matter. Let me actually date them for, 4 weeks. And if in 4 weeks I feel fulfilled with this person, or I can see myself feeling fulfilled with this person, then I continue past, we get to paid dates and potentially sex.
Okay.
Right? I think that's what it has to be.
I can date several people in a 30. Yeah. In a 30, we just described friends. I can go out with a bunch of friends in a month time. Understand what I'm saying? There is no financial exchange. There is no sex. There's no sexual exchange, right? There is some level of attraction. We're just going on dates. Right, exactly. See, now your facial expression is sharing with me. I'm looking at the producer, by the way.
No, I'm talking about actually being interested in somebody outside of sex. So when you include other people and you say you're going on dates with other people, then we could just cancel the protection plan. Just cancel that.
Why? Nobody's having sex.
Yeah. So why can't my body be a temple like your body's a temple? Like you're telling me that
no one's having sex.
Perfect. So if we're not having sex, can we at least share an interest and say, hey, I'm only into you and you're only into me? Or is that way too far left?
But I'm saying
world.
We're making
what's the let's drill.
Let me just give you guys the understanding what could potentially happen with this ideology.
Okay.
If you start on day 15, November 15th with Rome, and you start on November 30th with Rico.
There's a 15 days time span.
Which means in the middle of me dating you, you might be fucking. So it's a problem.
Well, that's that's fair. That's fair, right? Because how do we elapse the time? Part of what I'm getting at is, what is the point of the protection plan? Is it just protecting money? Is it just protecting, not like a body count? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that we have to decide, okay, how are we maximizing these 30 days? Because we're talking about these dates, but how are we maximizing it? And what are we using as that demarcation to know if we're going to start a new day one? There is no day 31, right? Because otherwise day 31 is just more of day 1 through 30. So there is clock stop, right? Phase is over. Phase 1 is complete. We're in phase 2. What does phase 2 look like? Is that now the opening of like a sex not on the table, or is there another level? How do we know when somebody is worth it for a man, for him to be investing financially into a woman and her life? And when is it okay for a woman to break the barrier of the sacredness of her body and say, you may now enter in open sesame?
I think the 30 days of interest is something different than you've been receiving. And if we're doing this, you're probably tired of what you've been getting. So I want you to be committed to this 30 days. So you involving somebody else.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a level of interest that you have in me.
Right.
Because you've already tried to date Rico.
Right.
On the 15th. And no, I wasn't talking shit. I was just talking.
Not her.
No, you said you came on the 30th. You've already dated 2 guys in a month.
Okay, you're right.
But if we're on this protection plan, then let's protect our common interest of being in a monogamous relationship.
But I thought the basis of that was that she's not giving sex, and the common interest is that we are not giving what we prize the most on an individual level. I owe you nothing. I don't owe you any money. I don't owe you any sex. Shouldn't we also thereby put on, I don't owe you exclusivity? Otherwise, we're not dating. We're in a relationship. We're just
it's a trial. It's a trial.
Oh, it's a trial relationship.
It's a trial. That's what it really
30
is.
30 days is the trial if we're getting to know each other, like further past that. That's what I'm saying. Like that has to be part of the conversation as well.
Then I don't like it.
But you can't
I'm not mad at you.
But no, but you
I
can't
can't do it.
call this
A trial relationship is crazy.
You're dating
crazy.
in the dating
I think it's
phase, you're getting to know each other. This can't be seen as a trial relationship.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because you don't even know.
I think
maybe
you're putting the word
not
trial
even
relationship on it, which is making it harder for you to say, hey, listen, I'm trying to get to know you and just you. I do want to have sex. We do want to have sex, but I'm going to take those primal urges away, and I'm not going to spend this. And you say, okay, well, I'm not.
What if within the 30 days you gave me the ick? So on day 31, I don't want to have sex.
But that's the whole. So the whole strategy is to protect you from getting into a relationship that won't serve you.
Pause one moment before you go on.
Okay.
Which is why I declare that for this protection plan, that there's the opportunity to date more than one person should occur. Because if I'm in a vacuum of being with one person, everybody knows if you spend a considerable amount of time with someone and you replicate this over and over and over again, you do stand the chance of having a little bit of blindness. You do stand the chance of like not really being able to see their flaws. What you actually need is the opportunity to be able to compare.
But you've had that already. That's how you got to the
we haven't said that that has happened. And even so, right? When I go to college, you have to get 120 credits. I do not take one class every single semester because I want to put all of my eggs in that basket, because I want to give all of my time, dedication, energy, and opportunity to be able to study every single article and the syllabus that my professor provides. I have about 4 to 5 classes. Why? Because I don't want to be in school for 10 years versus 4.
Well, actually, it's also because you have prerequisites that actually serve no purpose to your actual major.
I'm done.
In this case, those other people that you're dating are those prerequisites. So why not just imagine if you could go to college?
I don't know that yet.
But what I'm saying is they are though, because the odds are
to not.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's
you're just this is like masters, okay? So in your masters,
still taking 3 to 4 to 5 classes.
But everything is on the same exact subject, right?
It's not.
All right. Well,
the subject is us, and if we're gonna do this,
no. What you guys have done is you guys have massively manipulated exactly the very framework that a lot of gentlemen like to do. If the strategy only allows for one person in that vacuum, you're setting. Remember, let's put it back into context. Let's get back to the origination of it. There are 2 different distinctions on what a woman and a man is protecting. A woman is protecting sex, right? Her body. And a man is protecting his finances.
His wealth.
Right? His wealth. Right? That's the argument. That is why we have 2 separate items on the table. What I'm saying is any woman that is likely healthy in a vacuum, maybe it will not affect a man, but a woman in that vacuum of being with one guy, of course, she's not going to think to herself, we've just gone to day 30. I'm going to try somewhere else. She's pair bonding. So this guy could very well be not the best for her. To what would she be able to make that comparison to? So that framework doesn't work for a woman. A man can compartmentalize. A woman is going to look to connect. So if a woman doesn't give sex because that's her protective interest, because that is what is sacred for a woman. What is also sacred for a woman is the time that she's investing in a man, because we do not have the same capacity to compartmentalize the way that you do. So that puts us at a deficit. So if that's our deficit, which is that we don't get to have anybody else in the relationship, then you need a deficit in this program or this strategy.
Wait, time out. The deficit?
Yeah.
When a man decides to say, all right, I'm going to commit in a monogamous relationship, it's a lifetime deficit, right? You understand that? So now if I'm saying I'm going to do it for 30 days, he's also having the same deficit as you. You guys you're both sharing the same deficit.
She's speaking from a physiological.
No. A man can compartmentalize in a way that a woman cannot, which is why.
Scratching my lip.
So we have better discernment, essentially.
I would say in a sense. Okay.
I won't argue if we're better. I'll just put my sunglasses on.
Please do. You can't put a woman in a like I said, in a controlled environment, and to which she's receiving all these things and then expect for it to just break.
But what if she's not receiving them? What if at the end of the 30 days, she isn't receiving?
She wouldn't. You need context to be able to identify that.
She's saying they're easily manipulated.
Yes.
But by time and quality time.
And men know that. Men know that. That's why you be like, yo, y'all hanging out a lot. Y'all, you sure?
It's like this.
Like we know.
So what would be our?
As a matter of fact, there's a book. I can't remember. I think his name is Iceberg or something like that. Yeah, I believe so. He breaks it down, the strategy on how to get a girl. Date her as often as you can. Be with her as often as you can. Isolation. Be with her as often as you can. That is not that can work for the gentleman. I understand why you guys would say, hey, no, why would she be distracted, right? You guys can compartmentalize. And no, she needs the distraction.
But
she needs a little bit, I'm not saying a heavy amount, right? I'm just saying she needs a little bit of distraction so that she can discern. She cannot discern when she only has one thing to focus on.
So
but that's a relationship.
Pair bonding.
It sounded like not you, but it's saying she needs a distraction so she can discern.
Yes.
To still pick the wrong nigga.
Is she?
To get us here, yes. Because you got here.
Women don't date multiple people at the same time.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
Amanda.
No, they do not. No, they do not. That's why they have coaches. They have dating coaches that encourage women to do so. Women find it extremely hard to do that, which is why they pick the wrong Negro.
Nah, you know how many times I spoke to a woman in my life and they said, I want to let you know you're not the only person I'm speaking to. And I said, that's fine. It's the same here.
That's not that's a dude from the recycling bin. That's not a new person that she just met that with the intention of dating. That's someone in her rotation that she enjoys, she likes, she can't get rid of him, and he is probably very much a threat. I'm not recommending that. What I'm recommending is that the reason why we have this scenario of women picking the wrong man or the wrong Negro all the time is because women make the investment, right? Up front, they're pair bonding. We know what pair bonding is. We know what that looks like. In order to pair bond, there needs to be none other. In order to interrupt pair bonding, right? Pair bonding can happen phase 2. Phase 2, we could decide, I don't want nobody else. I'm focusing on you.
Okay.
That 30-day time frame, there needs to be a little bit of freedom in order for her to be able to say, okay, I feel most at home here, or I don't feel at home here. But shoot, if y'all going on dates 2 times a week for 4 weeks, 8 dates or whatever, you're talking on the phone all the time, she's not talking to anybody else. To you, that's the protection plan. To her, she's in a relationship at this point.
But what I'm trying to say, I think the part that you're missing is that she is not contractually signed to go and complete 30 days.
Yeah.
If they date 2, she don't like him, she bounces.
You're the same gentleman who said that you understand and you know women.
Yeah, but it's
Okay,
I'm a real, like, the
So-
difference
The
is
back of his hand.
Oh,
the difference is like, I'm not gonna lie, there's not many women experts. So for me, it didn't matter if it was 12 months or 30 days, I'm gonna come out a winner. But for the average man, right, they're not gonna be able to, it'll help filter out a lot of the bullshit. That's what I think we're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't see this on a mainstream level working for women at large if she's spending a time frame of 30 days in a vacuum with one man, giving her the attention, the time in that honeymoon phase, and thinking that that's what their relationship is going to look like going forward. Like,
but then what about the women that say they can only date one person at a time?
that's to your point. Why we have a lot of women that say they date wrong, they pick the wrong person,
Okay.
because they won't let go. That's why we have people that their Instagram account has let go in it, and they're talking to women.
Oh,
like,
shit.
learn how to let go. That's why that exists, because we know that women can't. So
Yeah,
we need to put women in an environment where they have the option to do so.
But that sounds more foolish. If you don't have the ability to let go of one, you're not gonna have the ability to let go of many.
That's ridiculous.
The only way that
If you understand women, then you know what you said doesn't make any sense.
the thing is they will let go, but they don't, because women are like the epitome of the green recycle can. Because if it doesn't work here, you're gonna go back and pick up the ones that you let go for me over there, and then try that over again. And you're just constantly recycling. But I also feel like if you want quality time, you want somebody that's gonna actually be
Invested in you.
Yeah, invested in you.
I feel like for myself, and I'll speak for myself as a man, not all men, that's just confusing. Like, this whole process of how you guys are vetting, but not vetting, and wanting to pick the right one while picking the wrong one because you were too close to this one when you should have had others, but you don't want to be around others. You can only be with this one, and then complain, and then now you're venting on the internet that you need to let go while talking to other women that are doing the same thing. That makes no sense.
It's diabolical.
So you're thinking What do you think a woman is going to do when we already know, and any man knows, that the way to wear a woman out is not through a lack of connection, but the opposite, which is to be very present, right? Which is to be very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how you see this playing out for a woman who's with a guy who is showing up and he's very present, right? We're not even talking about his character being great or anything like that. We're just talking about consistency here. And we're talking about this in the vacuum of 30 days. How do you see this playing out? And let's, for the sake of this argument, say that he really, he doesn't have the best character. They're not really truly
Just said it.
in alignment.
Just said it.
Yeah.
Thank
What do
you.
you think is going to happen?
That would be your discernment that you guys claim. Okay,
That what?
He
He doesn't have the best
that
character.
he doesn't have the best character.
No, that we claim that we claim what?
That you guys know how to pick them, and I'm waiting
No
for the
one
special
said
one.
that. Who said
I
that?
hear it all the time on the internet. Like, oh, I'm waiting
Women-
for my special man, and he's going to do this
Women
for
are
me.
saying they know how to pick a man.
Yes, while being single and lonely, or having a
Then-
deadbeat. Bleh.
Right. So no, they're not
Yeah.
saying that. If they're single, then they're saying that they haven't found him. They haven't selected him.
They haven't. This is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
They haven't done it correctly, is what I'm saying. It's because they're doing the thing that you're saying is being with a man,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're in a vacuum, right? Now, all we know is y'all want our time.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want our quality time. I feel like that is universal with every woman.
I'm tracking
Quality
with you.
time, right?
Tracking.
So if I'm giving you quality time,
Mm-hmm.
and you're telling me that in that quality time, you can't see that my character is shit,
Mm-hmm.
who's to blame for that?
When you're in that, understand, right? We already established that there are some things that men don't want to sacrifice in the beginning stages of getting to know somebody because that's an investment that's not fair to be making early on. We established that is finances for a man. We also established that for a woman, what that looks like is sex. I'm saying to you as a woman, what is going to happen? It's not up for debate. I'm not asking you. I'm sharing with you the reality. That is not a healthy opportunity for a woman. It's not. It might sound like a good plan for you. Just like there are nuances that you have as a man that you understand that a woman may not be able to relate to or completely understand. I'm saying that it's on the same continuum, the same sacredness as sex. You're creating a vacuum for her to pair bond. His character in question is going to become blinded in that because it's giving last man on the earth. That's what it's giving. If I'm in an experience where I'm with the last man on this earth, I'm here. Like we here.
I mean,
So then how do y'all pick them? I'm so confused.
I do.
we don't want to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to pick. That's like, I'm to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't want to love two people at once.
I agree. I
hate
think that's
that
crazy.
shit, because it's like it gets difficult.
Right.
So what happens is what I always say to my friends and even to my younger self: when you like somebody, that's the one that you really focus on. Whatever else comes, it just comes for the time frame that it takes to learn you or the whoever, right? So from a man's standpoint, and there's actually studies that we actually probably dropped in 2018 about this. When a man had sex with more than I think 25 or 30 women, they're more likely to be, there's more like, there's a higher chance of infidelity, right? He's less likely to be able to commit to an actual monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
Because now we're comparing experience
Yeah.
and normalities
Yeah.
to a new reality.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that we're talking about here. We can consider it pair bonding, but literally 30 days. Now, I can understand if you're with them, waking up and seeing them every day for 30 days. That's entirely different than you go to work, you maybe go to the gym, or you may have a couple hobbies that you like.
You gotta talk to women more. Poll them. Ask them. Poll them. You guys are so certain. I'm telling you.
All right,
I'm saying this as a fact.
Let's do this. Ladies, let's just, I don't need to add, I got chat right here. All right, chat. If you are a woman, please enlighten me and my good friend Rome. Is 30 days of approximately 4 dates.
Now, see, now
Minimum
you're playing with it.
minimum 4 days.
Minimum 4 dates.
Yes.
Minimum 4 dates, which is once every weekend. Is 30 days enough time for you? And And I'm saying you're solely focused on this one person that you're dating.
And you like him, you're attracted to him.
You're attracted to him, and you're learning if you like him or not. Right? We're not saying they don't like him out the gate.
We're getting caught in the semantics, because I think when a woman goes on a date with somebody, you're saying, I like him. That's
no, they're
why,
not. They go on date for food.
That's the impetus.
Like they going on dates for food.
But we're not doing that because the money's off the table. There's no food here.
We're going on a date because we find you attractive.
Yeah.
And I will agree.
Right.
I'm going to
like
see
you.
if I like you.
I'm gonna
He's attracted.
No,
No.
I don't like you yet.
Exactly. I'm attracted to you. I don't really know if I like you as a person yet.
fair.
I'm physically attracted to this
We're
person.
learning you.